Hello boys, my name is Kuliyoshi and welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for Nintendo Switch. In the last episode, we left off doing some things, and more importantly, we 100%ed Great Sea Map, everything collected, and now it's time to move on. And you're probably wondering, why don't just jump to Master Quest Map? I think I have some more interesting things to do, so for no reason or another, actually, I guess it's for weapons, we're going to be starting the 4+ weapon grind. That's basically what I'm going to call it, the 4+ weapon grind. These next videos are simply going to be focused on these 3 maps, Lorule, Grand Travels, and Colent. We're not going to even finish them, we're just going to get their weapons, so that way we can use them to make the game easier. Remember when I mentioned you can get other weapons yearly? Well, so can you almost do all of these maps before doing others. You'd think, oh, do the weaker maps first, but that's not necessarily the case. And also, yeah, some of the Lorule map has been completed off screen because I got this over here, which is another level 4+ weapon. You can check that out later in the video if you want, but that's about it, really. We, did other stuff. So anyway, it's time to get other stuff collected. This is the start of the section where things are gonna get a little bit more interesting in terms of other stuff. Because Lorule map is actually kind of difficult, so you have to actually be pretty good at the game in order to get this to work, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too worried, because we have fairy magic on our side anyways. But anyways, we need to collect the level 2 and 3 weapons for Yuga and Ravioli first before doing anything else, because if we don't get them, they will struggle to do damage because we need a lot of their heart containers. Not like we're gonna actually get them, we're probably gonna get them a lot later. But anyway, we might see some more uses of them later, but right now we're not gonna use what am I talking about? Ravioli or Yuga at all. We're just gonna use other stuff. Also, I just realized I could skip doing this and save a bit of time. Beyond that, though, easy enough to just defeat them all. Thankfully, it does take a little while for this map to get hard, but when it gets hard, man, it gets hard really fast. I'm going here first because if you get stuck on certain areas, you can simply use the magic points to do other stuff. And I don't know why, but Lorule has more 4+, more easy clears of other stuff. Mainly easy level 4 weapons to gain than any other map in the game. In fact, I count only 1 or 2 weapons that are different. And what I mean by different, I mean where you only have to use that character to get through it. So for the most part, we don't really have to worry too much. Just have to focus and do stuff right, and we'll be fine. It will still be trickier, let it be known, but it's definitely not something we can't deal with. It also helps when you get these easier missions that you don't have to take as long on. And there we go. Just like that, we afforded the supercharged enemies. I did this for the item just in case I would need it, by the way. Because there are some items that can be annoying on this map, but once you get it, the rest of this map goes pretty quick. What am I saying? It's probably not going to be quick, but still, it's going to be fun, that's for sure, because this map tends to be a lot more tense than the previous map. And we can just ignore anything that doesn't have a weapon. Basically, we're focusing exclusively on the weapons. And of course the spots with the little wall painting things, because we need that to go to other spots. Alright. Alright. Oh, we don't have the item. We need for once, we don't can actually get the item because we need a hammer for that first. There was one we skipped over here. I forget why. Yeah, that's a true soul. That's why. What about this one? Okay, it's not limited, so that's good. And we have the sand rod. Oh. Oh, there we go. Alright, we got that. Oh, it's this one again. Alright, let's see here. Ooh, we got darkness element for none of those. Let's, use this. And use Ravioli, because we need him for an item anyway. So we'll do that. Oh, use the Ron Fairy, but I don't care. I'm not going to use Ravioli that much anyway. I was looking for a hammer for that, and I realized I didn't have one. Hammer is another important one to get, because it increases your attack damage. That can be used in pretty much every map to make it much quicker. And now we get to deal with all the other captains and stuff. I'm not going to actually use any magic on this yet. Instead, I'm going to attack them a bit until eventually they just retreat. Then we have to kill the other troops. Alright. This one is easy enough to where I don't need to discover... I don't need to ever defeat the enemies in the same way as before. What I mean by that is, you're probably noticing I'm not using Magic Fountain Plus, and you're probably wondering why. Well, that's because I'd rather take out the other enemies first, and I already have a lot of damage here, so I'll just take them all out, and then eventually I'll just get everything I need anyway. And then once we find Link, we're then gonna use Magic Fountain to take them out. I just wanted to wait to use Magic Fountain until I was absolutely sure that I could find them very quickly. Hey, how the moment I try and do Extreme Crush, sometimes they just do the attack I would have been able to wait for. Okay, now we go to this other one. Sheik is preparing to summon a giant boss, though we're probably gonna take him out long before he gets the chance to do that. Assuming we actually are fast enough, that is. You really are the dependable sort. I'm gonna wait. There's the hiding Sheik. Well, that was convenient. Didn't even have to use Extreme Crush, just did the attack right as I was using Fairy Magic to weaken him. And there we go. Have you realized how useless your efforts were, Captains, by the way? Because it definitely seemed like that. Okay. Now we have gotten the item we need. Now we can go back to the map we weren't able to do before. And then we'll probably jump a little bit higher to Yuga's map after that. And yeah, we'll kind of just go for those in that order and hope for the best. Alright, now we can get Ravioli's weapon that we weren't able to get before. So let's do this. Darkness and attack damage is actually perfectly set up for Ravioli anyway, so I like that. It's gonna at least make that part a bit easier. Beyond that, I'm just gonna use Sia. Because why not? Okay, so the only treasure is the all-purpose bait, which we already have, which would be in South Square. Might get it if I'm nearby, but otherwise, just take out the enemies, and it's that simple. Well, what's this, a barrier keep one? Or is it something else? Oh, hello. Oh! Oh, it's this one! Skull Kid's forces will gain morale if ally keeps are captured. Control 6 keeps, huh? Aves is what it is. You know what? Yeah, I'll take out the keep saboteurs. Yuga is up here. Oh boy. Okay, so it's just control 6 keeps as fast as possible. In other words, very easy, because we can take keeps extremely fast anyways with Magic Fountain, so may as well go for it. I like how it at least partially warns you though, oh, these forces will gain morale if allied forces are captured. Not like it'll happen, because if we're very quick, we'll never let them capture any keeps. So the idea is to just capture them before they get taken. Isn't that the idea, right? That's the idea, right? Just take them before they take them. And then once we get 6, it doesn't matter as much. And also, their morale drops after you gain control over them. That being said, I don't trust this part. So I will use these as ways to get extra troops, of course. Oh, now a Sheik has appeared all of a sudden. And Yuga's gone. I actually don't want any keeps to fall, let's be honest. I say that as that other one's about to fall. Whatever. Not like it's gonna matter anyway. Alright. At first that seemed like a glitch, but that's not. It was just it was just weird animations playing together. Okay, I'm gonna kill Sheik, because why the heck not at this point. Alright. Gone. Gone is this Sheik, and now we are ready to do other stuff. Okay, so we don't actually need to take anything else. I literally just did that to try and skip the animation of it playing for, oh, this keep got taken. Oh man, I know stocks right now. Like I could care, by the way, because, our base is nowhere near dying, and not only that, but I have the base opened up anyway, so it's a bit late for them to attack the allied base, really, because I'm just gonna take out the commander and finish this. If it happened early, then yes, of course I have to take it, but with this and Extreme Crush, it'll be easy. Alright. It's too bad we didn't have a light element character. This could have been done even faster. Not like I care. It's already pretty quick on its own. And there we go. That is not done. Alright. Now that was a hot battle. It was a hot battle indeed, I think, Durunia. Okay. And level 4+ weapon. No, wait, that's not that. Wait, I didn't use Ravioli, didn't I? Okay, I don't need to show this. If I used Ravioli by himself, then I probably should show his animation as well, though we might get to do it later anyway. I have to do that for Ravioli and Yuga at least once. I might do it multiple times just because I haven't seen them. I could just get rid of all these spears except one of these stronger ones. Because, again, we're not going to be using the spear at all once we get set up. And the same goes for the spinner as well, actually. You could just ignore it completely and go for everything else instead. Alright. Oh, and all the red areas got unlocked now. Okay, so there's a level 2 weapon really close, right? Yeah, right here. We can just do that right now. What's this again? I always forget which one you exactly have to use on what. Boomerang on crystals. Alright, so we have to use the boomerang here. That's what we have to use. Alright, now we can get the level 2 weapon for Yuga. We have to get this anyway, so may as well you do this. See, I'm not kidding, by the way, when I say this area has lots of weapons where you don't really have to solo much, which is pretty cool. This is... I don't care. Let's just use sheep. Why not? Having level 100 also helps a bit more, too. Helps not to take as much damage, I guess. Let's see here. Oh, I went to the run. Oh, just fairy food and fairy bottoms. That's easy. And one of them's in the enemy base anyway. So gotta remember, break the pots in the enemy base. Break the pots in the enemy base. That is something I need to remember. And I'm actually gonna send Yuga back a bit, because I do not want him dying. So we're gonna do that, and then just play with Sheik. Oh, Control 6 keeps again. We just did this mission only a few minutes ago. Okay. Well then, that be fine, I guess. Let's get these guys out first. Look at all the troops coming, by the way. Get rid of these keep saboteurs first. And then the rogue forces could probably stall out the others, I guess. Just gotta do it stuff. Oh my goodness, more characters. Okay, he's really far away, so he's not gonna get the enemy keeps for a while yet. I'm starting here first before doing anything else, simply because there's more troops over here in general, and of course I need 1200 KOs to even finish off this map, so that's why I'm doing that. Because it's better that way. Alright. Another Keep Saboteur taken out. Oh, there's another one. Has reappeared. Okay, so you can't just destroy them all the time. You have to do stuff a little bit different. That being said, we have a Tingle to kill right now. Just, we don't, other stuff. That was a quick slap to get rid of his animation, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, that didn't take that long at all. Alright. Keep on switching your on character here. That is a mistake moment look, by the way, because it should say, it should really say defeat all the enemies to make, many enemies to make Ravioli your ally, but they did it a little bit awkward, I guess. For some reason, my magic thing went off. I could have sworn I usually have fairy magic, magic fountain plus rather, a second time, but apparently I did other stuff instead. It was just awkward. But yeah. But anyways, yes, in case you didn't notice, a new mechanic for a lot of these battles now is if Raviol's not the enemy commander, Raviol can randomly appear in battle, and if you defeat a certain amount of enemies before getting to a certain part, then Raviol will become your ally. Until then, he actually doesn't do anything, though, as far as I am aware. He's neutral, really. He doesn't take anything out. He doesn't take anything else out. He just does other stuff. Oh, great. I just realized West Ruins is the one I need, and it's all the way over here. I couldn't do that all the way, though, because I had other stuff. If I was better at this game, by the way, I would have realized that probably going to the right side is faster, but I also realized I need more KOs anyway, so I figured doing that is easier. Not like I care, by the way, that they are advancing towards Rio. There are still 2 keeps that block our way, and our second character can just attack them if we need to. Not like we're gonna use him, though. Very close. And now he helps us out, now that we have taken out enough troops. So now he advances towards them and defeats them for us a bit. And there we go. But now we have to also get our pot in here. Kind of interesting that it's in the enemy base of all things. And technically, yes, this is a new food that we have not gotten yet. So, gonna make sure I got it. I don't know what I did there, but what I do need to do is use Extreme Crush here. Killed him before I even needed to do the dive down, which happens on combo 4. Or I guess it could be better known as the darkness combo, since it technically imbues your weapon with darkness element afterwards. But anyways, there we go. Yuga's level 2 weapon has now been attained. So that when we use those characters, they won't be terrible. That's really important to get. In fact, we need all their weapons anyway, so I figure the sooner we get their level 2 weapons, the better off we'll be. Beyond that, though... Oh, that's a new, by the way. I've never seen that rare item before. It looks completely different than anything else that's appeared so far. Teapot defeat the enemy forces, so will Tingle. How about not? Because this is so still pretty late in the aim and Tingle doesn't have his best weapon yet, we're not going to use Tingle. And yes, this is the start of that time, of course, because I already mentioned how tough this map is. Not really a big point to do stuff when getting certain archetypes is going to be really difficult most of the time, so I'm just going to use Sheik, because why not? I can always use that character later. I think it's probably because I swapped at a specific point. We'll just work with Ravioli here. Why not? Alright. Looks like I'm going for Darunia simply because I'm closer to him. Alright. Almost got my off the bat there. Oh my goodness, where are they? I was about to say. Where is the enemy at? They're kind of just not there, even though we're like right on top of them, which is a bit awkward. Alright, now they're gonna appear here. Ooh, Yanlink is our opponent in this case. Well, that's good, because I actually need Yanlink materials quite a bit, so that's good that I made him my opponent. Because I need his materials more than I need the Ravioli's materials, because Ravioli doesn't actually have a material by default, and because I missed this, why not? I'll just take him out normally. He blocked my attack, by the way, when he went down. He just immediately got back up, but still quick enough to just kill him normally anyway. And then we'll use Extreme Crush again on Yuga. I mean, no, Yuga's our ally. That would mean it's Darunia that we have to take out. My bad. Oh, just like in a storyline, by the way, he pumps himself up by making him himself tougher. And just like before, not quite enough. Alright. Yeah, it's fine though. We still took him out pretty quick. This one turned out to be quite the gratifying painting. The goddess will smile on our victory. Yes, she will, I guess. Quite an interesting one. Yuga is quite an interesting sign there. This one turned out to be the quite the gratifying painting. Even though he doesn't actually capture anybody in a painting during this part. It is what it is, I guess. What about Yuga's all free up? And I've never actually chat. Well, it's over there, which means I would have to go around here to get there. But first we need to go here. Stop the enemy merger. Also easy. And don't have to use Zan, so I cannot just use our stuff. Okay. Oh, and the other one is team up and defeat the enemy forces again, but this time it's Giriam. I don't know about you, but I think I might just use Giriam anyway. Let's be honest. Interesting, could have just stood himself there. Alright. Okay. The merger missions tend to also be pretty easy missions, which, by the way, bring back Lords of the Horde, which we might have seen a little bit in Ganon's mode. Of course, this time they're enemy Moblins and other captains instead. Though they are, as you could saw from what happened there, they're pretty straightforward. Just take out all the Lord of the Hordes, which are already easy enough to take out, especially in this map where we can just do a lot more damage anyway. It just makes everything considerably easy. Alright. I'm gonna take a bit of a risk here and actually play Giriam, despite him not being the highest level and other stuff. We should be able to make this work just barely if we have the right stuff. Okay, so this is a different Meritor, so I don't necessarily want to get rid of all of these, but I do want to get rid of some of them. For when we eventually get Baron's level 4 weapon. Alright. Oh, it's forced to be sold. Well, I can't skip that anyway, but that's fine. I have the Lawn Sword anyway. That'll help out a little bit with some of the otherwise tricky spots. Get more ally keeps to defeat the enemy. Oh. That's another one that's coming up. I've gotten so many fire materials already, so I think allying with her makes more sense in this case. Alright. Take out whoever's here probably first. Oh, we get to face Yuga this time. That's fine. He is a good material. All I know is I farmed Fi quite a bit from tons of other stuff. Okay. I already have both of these materials I need for all the editors, so it doesn't really matter who I kill. So I'm going to just kill Ba because she's closer, and I just realized I should be doing this. Okay. All right. I'll just use this here, why the heck not? So I can create a barrier in preparation for the bullets rather than appear. Finish off every ambush fool gets in our way. How about take you out? You're gonna be a shameless fool after I'm done with you, Yuga. Without magic, it could be kind of tricky to take out some of these fights. I'm guessing since I have my level 2 weapon, I could have just taken out Tingle normally. Really? That didn't kill him? After all that? I'll just do that to kill him, man. Well, he only dropped a weapon, so we can't find out what he drops. I know he does have his own materials because the game wasn't set up to have more than the main character materials. And of course, the Toon characters, Linkle, Toon Link, etc. So instead, they drop materials for a completely different character altogether when you get them. Which is also why characters like Medley drop stuff for Rutal. They drop Rutal materials, and Medley drops real materials instead. So because they didn't want to give her unique drops. Alright. I want to check if this is solo or not. I don't know. It's not. Thank goodness. And we'll just do it. So this is where we have to use the sand rod on. Okay. Let's actually pick Sheik first, so he'll be closer, and then pick Darunia. Alright. All characters have their level 2 weapons anyway. We have to get more allied keeps and defeat the enemy. Which probably means it's gonna be keep competition. Keep competition tends to be a bit more annoying. Or not? I don't know what this is actually. If it's not keep competition, since there's no yellow chopes, then what is it exactly? No way, I see keep saboteurs there. It's the other one. Control 6 keeps. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Really, after all of that, don't kill him? It's not a good time for that to happen, because there's already troops over here. I don't want them taking my keeps necessarily this early. Okay. He's dead. Get troops here, over this way, and then we'll just take out the other keeps and probably be done. Oh, and we also have to deal with the Skulltula. Now, since Darunia is not needed for anything, how about we send him to where the Skulltula is? Located in a plateau north from East Keep that is accessible via hookshot, which is right there. Okay. I'll use him to get that. And then I'll take the other keeps while I wait. We have Dynafloss going towards the allied base. If we're really fast at this, we don't even have to worry about anything taking care of the allied base. We can just ignore it completely. Yeah, it might boost their morale, but as long as we're quick enough, we can never have to deal with that, probably. Just as long as we get control of 6 keeps, which we did. Now we wait. And we wait some more. Okay, good. Now we're done with that. And now all the allied forces are gaining morale as well. And we wait. We can kill Link while we wait, I guess. And now we wait. All this lag! Because we went so fast, it's taking forever for stuff to happen. It's not good because if the Skulltulas is on too, which it just did now. Hello, King Daphne. He's trying to attack me right there. Oh, since he did that, since he was kind enough to do that, let's just wait a bit. Why not? Saves having to use Extreme Crush to knock him down. Alright. He dies is always so funny. It sounds really funny when he dies. I don't know why. Oh. Yeah, we got the delay again. It's crazy it didn't tell me that I defeated 600 or 12 or 1,000 enemies until later. It's so awkward. And by the way, we're not going to get the second Skulltula until much later, when we can more safely go for this map. It's the first time in actually probably a while that we're skipping Skulltulas on purpose. It's simply because the route works out easier to do them later, when you have even higher levels. That being said, it's nice to at least get one of those. Score the battlefield, skewer the battlefield ever, and institute a victory. Not an easy one. I'm gonna use Sheik again. And I'm gonna use... we need... I did not actually check. I was focused on other stuff that I forgot. And we need Skull Kid. That's what we actually need. Alright, there we go. Now we're ready. Okay, our level 3 rental hammer will be up top here. Oh my gosh, please. Okay. Well, that's interesting. It seems we have to face off against Linkle and Link at the same time. Technically both of Skull Kid's rivals. Which is kind of interesting. And also makes perfect sense anyway. Oh, we found Linkle right off the bat. That was really quick. Now we have to defeat her. Alright, let's go up here. Ability to teleport wherever you want, it only helps out a lot. I expect the worst to probably happen, by the way. Alright, now, there we go. Excuse me, I was trying to use magic and nothing happened there. Alright. I thought it was a Gimto trying to interrupt me. I was like, I'm not gonna let you interrupt me. I'm just gonna take out this captain so I can continue going. Alright, so now we're going for Raviol's level 3 weapon, and this is where things start getting a bit more interesting, because I believe both of these level 3 weapons are technically choose levels, which we can avoid, but it'll be fine as long as we do it right. We can actually manipulate it partially too, so let's use a hammer or whatever this thing is. After first using the Wind Boy one. And then we'll use this just for safety. Because then we can make more damage happen, which is perfect for Lavio anyway. And here we go. Yep, called it. Called it. Called it. I knew it. I'm gonna just change him to 70, and that's about it. Just get him a bit more damage, and also check his badges. He's fine, actually. He actually has almost everything. Alright, now we just need to use our white bunny hammer and not something bad. So we get to see a bit of Ravio gameplay here, which is nice for a change. If we were to go back to that other map that we couldn't use Ravio on before, we can use him there now if we want now. Now we have the level 3 up, and though we probably still won't come back to that until much later. Alright, now's where things get interesting, because we're playing with a weaker character, so we can't necessarily go as fast as we were able to go previously. But that's fine. Ravio's a good character, though. He has some good combos. Okay, I do not want to take that, actually. Let's just go to where the enemies are facing off against our allies first. Alright. He's all the way over there. Oh, we have a Medley as well. When Medley appears, he always goes straight for enemy keeps, which is nice in a way. Because the enemy troops do get kind of... They kind of appear a bit in keeps sometimes. Okay, we need an item located in West Square with a pot. So let's get that. As well as kill all the troops around here. This combo that I'm about to use right there, that's the one that's the best one. Alright. Seems we're gonna need a lot more keeps anyway, so why not just kill all of them while we're here. That's a pretty good attack there, the third one, or whatever. Oh, hell, they're almost taking this. Take this while we're here. Alright. I need to pay attention to things a bit more, because Ravio's not quite as easy to... as easy to play with, in other words, doesn't do as much damage, so we need to be a bit more cautious here with where we use our fairy magic. There's a really goofy magic animation, so I might actually go in magic a bit early just to show that off. Beyond that, not interested in doing that yet. Instead, let's take out the other captains that are here. And also take the other imps out while we're here. I got, he kind of periodically shivers after that combo, by the way. Just throws a bomb and then and freezes them in midair. And that's a thing he actually does, like if enemies get caught by his fourth combo, they will freeze in midair before periodically getting hit afterwards, which is quite interesting. Alright, and Wesker is also gone now. Ooh, this has already got taken as well because of my magic use from before. Oh, and then it did the glitch again. That's so stupid that I could just do that randomly. It's kind of odd in a way. Oh, we have a fight to face. What? He also, and of course he makes some really weird noises too when he attacks. Okay, we already got 12,000 KOs. What else do we need? We need a stock room. Oh, which is all the way down at the bottom, or to the right, rather. And we need West Square Plot, which I don't believe we got, so we're coming back for it, of course. And then we need stuff there. Oh, this one again. For those of you who don't know, the Dark Icy Big Poe, effectively, if you don't take it out right away, or if you do take it out, rather, then it'll just respawn infinitely until you kill its summoner. It's like its summoner is giving help or something. One of the two. Funnily enough, though, I'm done with everything else, because we already got the item that we needed from the other spot, and the only other item we need is for here, which we're getting right now, so we can just go straight to the boss after we're done with this. So, really, this isn't actually as hard of a battle as I thought. It's kind of cool that we get to use Ravio. Since we haven't used his magic yet, we should probably shield that off instead of just using Extreme Crush on everything. As fun as it is to use Extreme Crush, it gets kind of boring and overpowered when you get to use it all the time, so because I haven't showed Ravio's magic animation off, likely, I'm gonna show it off here. Because he has an even goofier magic end animation. Of course, I don't want it to take forever, so I'm still gonna do other stuff. So we're first going to skip this. After a little while, I might just turn those off. Those get really annoying after a while, having to hear those intros each time. Alright. That guy kind of creeps each... also, he kind of just creeps everyone out by doing stuff. The way he moved, it's really creepy to me, if you ask me. Okay. Whoop! Just that whoop on its own is really funny to watch, I'm not gonna lie. It's really goofy. And as you can see, he uses giant bombs, which is technically a power-up in this game, as one of his attack items, which is really cute to see. And there we go. We haven't seen his chest animation probably either, so why not? Oh, why not? Just... he's really excited to open a chest, he can't just get the item until later. So why not show that off? And of course, because we haven't want to battle with him on his own, we're gonna show his victory animation. It's just gonna take a rest, like, see you later, I'm gonna take a rest, because this is really tiring, is eventually what he's trying to say there. Alright, there we go. Saw Ravio's win animation for the first time, and we got his nice hammer. So now Ravio will be much more powerful should we happen to use him at all, which will help out a lot for collecting other treasures later on in this map. And again, the reason why I'm getting their treasures area, I think I've already mentioned this. The sooner they get their level 4+ weapon and level 3 weapons, the easier off I'll be. Okay, so now I have to go to the right for the next one. Interesting. The item requires Yuga, but it wants us to use Zelda instead, which is kind of interesting. And it is True Soul Zelda as well. Now, just gonna do it. We have a Gleaming Rapier anyways. Let's do it. I didn't see if she has a 5k skill. No, okay, she doesn't. So we're just gonna go into this one apparently now, and this will end it off. So we technically have to do this twice then. Once with Yuga to get the actual A rank, and then once more with... wait, that means we don't really have to A rank this, do we? But I'm still gonna A rank this because I'd rather not have to do this a second time. But yeah, anyway. So, in case you didn't already notice, in addition to the other bad stuff of having to do other crazy things that can be really annoying to deal with. Like that Re-Dead Knight, for instance. There are souls on this map where you technically need a different heart container, but the actual soul, or the actual first soul is, oh, we're gonna make you use, like, in this case, Zelda first. Which technically makes this a forced double battle, meaning if you could normally do this battle without playing more than once, yeah, when you kind of get a double soul like that, you have no choice but to play it. Oh. There's tons of Re-Dead Knights here, by the way. Also, not fun. It's one of those again. I honestly don't care if I get a full A rank, because as long as I get at least this mission completed, or at least a decent, or I guess I might need A rank, but what I'm saying is as soon as I get the A rank, inevitably, it'll be much easier to finish off once it's done. And also I can use Yuga once I get other stuff. Wait, that also technically means this is a true solo. Meaning Yuga also has to be used on his own. Which means I'm not going to be coming back here for a bit. Also, they already took the crap out of Giriam. Good grief, these troops are so good all of a sudden. I thought they were weakened. Or I guess they were weakened and now they're not all of a sudden. Okay then. I'll take that. Okay, so we need South Entrance Keep, which is down at the lower end. So we're going to take the one next to it first, just because we need the troops. Which it probably would have been better to go up top. Yeah, that probably would have been a smarter play. Oh well, we have magic here, I guess, so we can use it again if we need to. Okay, now we have to do other stuff. Oh, now we have Ravioli soldiers as well. How about we just kill them? We need the experience anyway. And troops. Let's just kill them. Oh, yeah, there we go. The rampaging soldiers have just been annihilated. Completely annihilated. No pun intended. I don't care. They're enough to use magic this early, so I'm gonna do this. Oh wait, no, I don't even need this keep. What am I doing? Just need the food. Which is, I believe, is a new food too, so we'll take that, I guess. Alright. We get to face off against Yuga. Is your plan really to get in my way? If so, I'll finish you off right here. Well, at least we have the light element boost against Yuga, which helps out a little bit with taking him out. That works too, I guess. Alright, that was quick. Well, since Zelda has the level 3 weapon, it's not actually as bad, which is why I continued, because this is one of our stronger characters overall in terms of weapons. So that's nice. Alright. I think that's gonna be it for this. Alright. Should have pressed stairs to get through that a bit quicker, but oh well. Alright. That's gonna actually be it for this. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video where we continue more of the Lorule map. Technically one of the hardest maps in the game. This is supposed to be done a bit later, but we're doing it early because why not? We need the items anyways. Until then, see you guys later. Peace.